become more and more crowded. It's time to break it open and really stand out. Broken Air is here.
On Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Lagos.
All right, thank you for standing by. This is still Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. It's been quite an interesting morning. Yesterday was 29th of June 2023, and it was exactly 30 days of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. And on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, we have here, some high points of the first 30 days of the president's administration. And that's what we're going to be looking at this morning, as expected, of course, because there are a lot of policies. There are some, the president has said that he's trying to hit the ground running, which a lot of people would say that is not, let me see, it's something different from what we had experienced in the past administration. So we're looking at here, in the 30 days of honeymoon, Tinubu's sweeping reforms leave Nigerians poorer and agitated. And the high points of the first 30 days we have here, right here on the front page of the Guardian. Fuel subsidy removal, number 1. Forex and Naira floating. Handling of the National Assembly leadership matter. Appointment of service chiefs. CBN Governor Emefiele's arrest. The removal or suspension of EFCC boss. Proposed VAT on diesel. New tariff on electricity. Students' loan scheme. And 1,000 Naira charges on vehicle ownership. But there's a big question. Where are the palliatives? Now, we're looking at it from this point of view. What are your thoughts on what the president has done so far? Very straight to the point. Just, we're taking it easy this morning. The first 30 days of the president, the high points of the first 30 days, I have just listed them. I'll list them again. But then, what are your thoughts on what the president has done so far? Which one of these policies will you consider a real achievement? I was mentioning appointment of security chiefs to Fuhad. Fuhad said, how is that an achievement? Well, some people would say that, the distribution across the geopolitical zone, the fact that these are people that, well, okay, let's be cautiously optimistic, it seems like a good arrangement and all, but then which one of these policies would you consider a real achievement, and which of these policies do you think should have been handled better or differently? Those are the angles that we're going to be looking at all of these points this morning. I have here the number 1, fuel subsidy removal. Number 2, the forex and the naira floating, the unification of the exchange rate. Then we also have the handling of the National Assembly's leadership matter. It was almost going to get out of control. We had the G7 coming forward to say, oh no, this is against, democracy. We should be able to have the right to choose our own leadership. And it was getting out of hand. There was a spiral of some sort. But then some people will say, they hailed the president as a political strategist for being able to handle that matter in, a proper way, according to the distribution of the appointments across the 6 geopolitical zones that we have in the country, except the North Central, again, of course. And we also have the arrest of the CBN governor. What are your thoughts? Proposed VAT on diesel that we may or may not be having on the 1st of July, tomorrow. And the 1,000 Naira charges of vehicle ownership, proof of ownership certificate, will now be paying 1,000 Naira annually. And of course, the much talked about student loan scheme. But then there's a big question, just as we mentioned, where are the palliatives? What palliative measures have been put in place for all of these policies, especially with focus on the $800 million palliative, that was approved by the World Bank and disbursed to Nigeria. So those are the high points. And we're asking, what are your thoughts on what the president has done so far? Which one of these policies will you consider a real achievement, and which of these policies do you think should have been handled better or differently? I will get some thoughts from Fuhad first before we then open up the phone line for our listeners to share in their conversation. Don't forget that we are live on Facebook and YouTube, so that is also an avenue to share your thoughts on the conversation. Fuhad, just a few minutes, just 2 minutes. Let's get your thoughts.
Well, I think we need to first say that the $800 million from the World Bank, we don't area, the money is with the World Bank.
Okay.
But again, I think when we're talking about palliatives, I have my concerns about handing out money to people as a form of palliative. And the fact that nothing has come from the government again is also more worrying, because again, there seems to be nothing yet. Labour is still locked down with the government. They have an 8 weeks mandate, to resolve their issues and see what they can come up with. Now, let's be very fast about it. I think if I put all of the things spread out as what the government has done in the last 30 days, what I would say is this: as the president is looking at the figures, he should please look at humanity. He's looking at the figures, he's looking at raising the revenue of government and all of that. But look, governance without a human face, for me, is no government. Because the first job of the government is to better the lives of the people, to bring prosperity to the people. He has said his government is a government of renewed hope. There's no renewed hope anywhere where the only thing the government looks at is the figure and not humanity, the interest of the people, the suffering of the people. And again, we must also understand that governance is about perception, and not just a perception of mirage, a perception of reality. What is the reality of government at this time? How well are they presenting themselves to Nigerians as a set of people who are serious to fixing our problems? All of these dinner, jamborees, sloganeering, the celebration has to stop. This is the time for serious work, sober reflection, getting the boots on ground. Look, you can hit the ground running. It could be a fallacy too when you say you are hitting the ground running. When the people don't begin to see the dividends of democracy, or the reality that the government is serious about fixing their problems. All of these dinner, jamboree, people moving around him, hovering around him, the the political jobbers are always around him. We need to see a perception of seriousness around governance in this country, because the people are suffering. These policies are bringing untold active. I don't know how that is an achievement. Until the killing stops, until better security is guaranteed to Nigerians, appointment of services is supposed to be a routine. A new government comes in, they will appoint new set of people. It's just a normal thing. So again, I want to beg the president, yes, look at the figures. We need the money. But in all of that, consider humanity as part of your policy.
All right. Thank you very much, Fuhad. I appreciate. Once again, this is Mainland 98.3 FM. I think it is also important that we also apologize for, the breaks that we're having in the network as regards, Fuhad's call, because, we missed a lot of analysis this morning. But, now it's time for you to share your own thoughts and contribution as regards this particular conversation. Now, the phone line is open, 0913 6000 410. That's the number to call, and you have 2 minutes to share your thoughts, and then we move on to the next person. You can also send text messages and WhatsApp messages to 0913 6000 430 0913 6000 430. That is for text messages and WhatsApp messages. Now you can as well share your contributions via the live chat section on YouTube or Facebook. So you can share your comments there. We have the live chat section is open at Mainland 98.3 FM. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Share your comments there at Mainland 98.3 FM, and we will definitely engage with them on air. Thank you very much. Now let's see who our first caller would be. Don't forget, the conversation is as regards the first 30 days of the President Bola Ahmed TINUBU administration. Fuel subsidy removal, forex and naira floating, handling of the National Assembly leadership, appointment of service chiefs, Emefiele's arrest, Abdul Rashid Bawa's suspension, proposed VAT on diesel, new tariff on electricity, students' loan scheme, 1,000 naira charges on vehicle ownership. Now, these are the high points of the first 30 days of President Tinubu's administration. So, what are your thoughts on what the president has done so far? Which one of these will you consider a real achievement? And which one of these do you think should have been handled better or differently? Hello. Good morning. Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, you and your damn person.
All right.
Anyway,
Yes.
for me, I can't be more than optimistic. I've never been this optimistic all my life. Let me put it that way. I do caution, but then I thought that this is going to work. In 1 month, not good enough to ourselves, but we can always say that what was pain tomorrow, we can still find from today. For security, the fact that it can't be put on feet now, when we told DSS and EFCC and other parties that you guys have to work together, not the current thing, that shows that this man is in charge. Yes, the removal of current subsidy has been lightened, can't deny. But you know one major palliative I have enjoyed? I'm even thinking of selling my bed down. I have only used my bed up to 3 or 4 days in 1 month, and I kid you not. Sometimes now, I have to just put off everything I call gadget, my printer, fridge, and everything. And it has affected my office too. So the fact that I don't have to think of buying petrol for my bed again is one significant thing for me. That way, don't have to say something. And I can turn everything on transportation because transportation has been very, very vital. That is a most welcome development. As a matter of fact, myself, it's important to take government to ICC to show a committed crime against humanity. Powers were not too clean. So for him, the president to have seen that this man at the end of affairs at TFCC should be questioned, also right. Of course, he's not a magician and a miracle worker. He's got to also rein himself and those working around him. So please know that, or remember that the speaker appointed at the time federal advisor to me is not creating. And the ostentation of nonsense he did on Tuesday when he came to Lagos, when we have a not convoy, they cannot touch. It's our round of now. If you have to fight my belt, then you too should fight your belt. But I believe that Nigeria on the path to Eldorado. Good morning.
Mr. Peter.
Thank God it's Friday, am I right?
Yes, thank God it's Friday.
Okay. Now, Sandra, the last part of this list you have lied. He said, so, if the policies have made Nigerians poorer, then what are the positives? The removal of fuel subsidy, if I were in the position of TINUBU, the first thing I would have done is having loans from people benefited correctly and criminally in the subsidy. I will have first of all instituted a panel that will make sure that I provided the financial state of funds, recover those money from them, then invest that money in something that is benefiting the market. I will not behave like a baby that is taking out time and is taking a baby face instead of hitting the ground running like an excellent person. I will the law from the house because they want to repair the house, and the rain will begin to beat the baby before the baby will look for where to stay. The adults will first of all get the people, evacuate the people from the building in the air like a baby, removing the subsidy of what? Up to now, we have not told us. We have not showed us. We have not seen the priority that is pushing the people.
Right.
Finally, as the choir said, do you know that I moved from Tango on Monday to Lekki and go and come back with my brother? We spent close to 4,200 instead of 2,000 naira. Is that the policy that benefits? Nigerians have suffered this more than they have suffered in 8 years. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Father Sandra and my dear friend Fuhad, God bless you.
Amen.
Yeah, this is Barrister Peter Uku. I'm calling from Maryland. My take on started out on the wrong foot,
I'm sorry to say it. Actually, TINUBU is a man I've known for several years, and it's a man of that we all should be respecting. But you see, when these politicians that they get confused, I expected Ajibola Ahmed TINUBU with his experience as an accountant at Mobola and two-time governor of Lagos State to be methodological in policies. The first step he took during his inauguration speech was that he was going to remove the subsidy. If you say you are going to hit the ground running, you must run to the right direction, not to the from somebody like as experienced as TINUBU, because he knows that is an anti-people policy, positively on the common man. You know, of all the issues you read out just now, that is achievement.
All right.
God bless you.
Amen. Thank you very much, Barrister Peter Oko. This is Mainland 98.3 FM, and you're on to Mainland Focus. The focus is the first 30 days of the President TINUBU-led administration. There's the high points of the first 30 days. We have 10 of them. But so which one of these do you think, are achievements, and which do you think should have been done better or differently? Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, look at that. Saddam Lala, how are you? Happy New Year.
I am fine. Good morning. Yeah, these are my own views. I think it started on the very wrong news. When you're reading the so-called 30-day stuff, how has any of these benefited the common man? No way. So what's the essence of we having to be in charge, or where you, majority of the people you are leading are poor, yet you are making them poorer? You understand? We are even looking at that. Now, CPC came in and removed the middle class. I tell people, we have in Nigeria the rich and the poor. Maybe if we have the state of the rich anyway. Now, if you want me to come and find a way to resuscitate the middle class, now you are stifling them, now making the poor to the poorer. Fine, the rich one way or the other based on funds, their ratings are dropping anyway. Okay, are you aware that from tomorrow, import duty on cars that will shut up by close to 40%?
Yeah, 40%.
Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Yeah, we did a review on that.
So,
on Wednesday.
I don't understand. You want to make money. Still we as the poor, if I were to be one of his advisors, families were done, there's the kind of song you will play that people will dance. Why not find a way to also bring back the middle class? Why not find a way to make things in the pure outside where everybody knows? But the truth is this, don't want to make the people happy. You are taking away the fuel subsidy, and we saw the number of convoys the cars are following. Fine, that is what I'm sure governors and others would have done. But you could have just told them, like Fuhad would say, and people are seeing the number of convoys from 700 and 120, and all of them will be fueled with our money, not their money, and you think we'll be happy. My car is always on full tank, I'm on less than half tank. You know what it means? Somebody called and was talking about, you think when they say my generator, me, I don't have light in my area. I can't tell you this, I'll be running up for a bread. You know what it means to buy 4K, 8 liters, when I'm making salary? You know the pain? You can't even say you want to enter bus, because by the time they start calling price, you're like, over here, you live and do alone.
Alright.
I think you should go back to his drawing board, find a way to bring back the middle class, so they can push it themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Damlala, who's always on transit. Appreciate it. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Fuhad and Sandra.
Good morning.
Good morning, Joe.
Is you from Bariga?
Yes. Good morning, sir.
You know, Fuhad, I have stopped talking politics of Nigeria. I don't know why. Because what we saw was the same legacy. So I've stopped talking about Nigerian politics. So let us manage whatever we saw, and that's all. That is what I want to say this morning. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. But some people would beg to differ.
We should continue to
Exactly. Talk. Hello, good morning.
Lady Sandra, morning to you.
Good morning.
Mr. Fuhad, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
God bless all of you and bless your management.
Amen.
You see, when you are rebuilding a country, it's very, 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 very hard. We are rebuilding Nigeria today, and all of us, we must be ready to sacrifice. Now, they were saying instead of NIPC to pay the money they make to the single account of the country, they are the one borrowing no federal government money to the extent of paying salary. You wait or no money to pay the worker before Nigeria realize that you have to go to sacrifice. So for me, the taking away of subsidy is very painful, but are still it can't be subsidized foreign country, neighboring country. If they stop this subsidy now, from happening in South Africa country, you are paying as Nigeria are feeling the pain here. But we are expecting that at the end of the day, it will be better. The referee removal is a great move. Something removal is a great move. If that don't happen, somebody can do that. Some people telling us, what happens to the brother? If he remove just 10% of it, then transportation will go up. The other time you remove, it will go up. But if you remove that once, I'm telling you, it will become normal. So listen. And as I'm talking to you, I just want to appeal to Mr. President. We need palliative. And the type of palliative I'm learning for the soul these days, I'm still repeating it's transportation. So both the artisan, the market woman, the social tower, they will enjoy by subsidize the price. If we bought a lot of buses on the road, where the public is charging 200 naira, we charge 200 naira.
Thank you, Prince Wise.
Benefit. I don't support the giving money to the individual. So for me, the new regime in town, we can.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mobola.
Good morning.
What you are back?
Good morning, Pastor Ambrose.
Bumida.
I finished it.
We thank God for another day.
Yes, so.
You see, I think was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, they said fuel was going to go to 700.
Yes.
And you are aware that it's because the Naira has been devalued further. So when we say subsidy, that's what I said is the devaluation of the Naira. Now, Mr. President went to Ogun State and he was still discussing politics. You have won the election. You are already the president and commander-in-chief. What you are going to say, what has that got to do? Even if you will say something, you should have allowed it to be maybe 2, 3 or 4 years later. Not now. You know? And honestly, for the first time in my area, you know, for 3 days now we've had light. For the first time.
It not blink.
It has not. No, they used to take it.
Okay.
And bring it. But before it's 1 day on, 2 days off, 3 days off. Before this Salah holiday, we've been having light. You know? So if that can be solved, you agree with me that I won't need to be buying 2 or 3 liters or 4 liters every day. That will now assuage my fuel buying. I will now concentrate on the car. As I talk to you now, the battery of my car has run dead because I can't afford to be using the car every day. So we are talking of policies that will, you know, affect us. For me, what he has just done is he has just been making statements. Nigerians have not been able to feel the impact of anything. And I like I said, I don't have any problem with the president, you know, saying that he's not going to be, you know, subsidizing fuel. But they should be sincere. If they are sincere, Nigeria will go to El Dorado. And I have not seen sincerity where the president convoy is so long, the governor's convoy is still there, the Senate president and all of them, they have not changed their lifestyle.
All right.
Even by now, I expect the president to be telling all the governors that, look, cut your pay, or Mr. President to say, I'm not going to receive salary for the next 4 years. The wife said that they have enough. They don't need Nigeria's money. So let us see the effect. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Pastor Ambrose. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. Hello, good morning.
Sandra, good morning.
Good morning, Don Peters.
Yeah. Good morning, Fuhad.
Yeah, good morning, Don Peters.
Thank you. Sandra, on this subject matter, let me be very honest with you. This presidency and his team have not disappointed me yet. Why I say so is this. Due to the campaign and the election of other things, the 5 frontliners in presidency, we analyze them one after another. Obi, TINUBU, Atiku, Kwankwaso, and Showore. What will be the life of Nigeria under their leadership? And exactly what Nigerians are facing under TINUBU presidency is what we arrive at. That Nigerians are going to be taxed and continue to be taxed for 4 years. And don't take my word for it. Just watch out and what you see. He told us when we arrive at that, he himself said it with his own mouth, that he's going to widen the tax net, that is going to reduce the purchasing power of the people. He said it with his own mouth and widen the tax net. And we are championing it, telling Nigerians to be careful of what they are supporting. But so many people do not listen to us. And exactly what do we have at hand is what he said. For the next 4 years, this is exactly what we are going to be seeing. It's better we tighten our belts, and it's better you prepare your mind for it. Next other time, whenever anybody is campaigning, and when he's speaking, we should be able to analyze what they are saying and check their antecedents. And exactly what they are saying should be analyzed one point to another, point by point. So by the end of the day, we will get the country we are yearning for. Okay. Sandra, let me be very honest with you. What we are going to be seeing is propaganda and upon propaganda. And propaganda does not mix with governance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Don Peters. Appreciate. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. You're on to Mainland Focus. And the focal points for this morning is the first 30 days of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. We're looking at the high points of the first 30 days. Number 1, which is fuel subsidy removal. The second, which is the unification of the exchange market. That's Forex and Naira floating. And with number 3, we have handling of the National Assembly's leadership matter. Number 4, we have appointments of service chiefs. Number 5, Emefiele's arrest. Number 7, EFCC boss suspension. Number 6, proposed VAT on diesel. Number 8, what am I saying? New tariff on electricity. And we also have 1,000 naira charges on vehicle ownership and students loan scheme. These are the high points of the first 30 days. But then we're also asking the question, where are the palliatives? Which is why we're asking, or we're looking at it from these angles, that what are your thoughts on what the president has done so far, and which one of these policies will you consider to be an achievement of this administration? Or which of these policies do you think should have been handled better or differently? That is the focal point for this morning. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can share your comments in the live chat section as well at Mainland 98.3 FM. We have some messages on Facebook. So I'll just take them and then we'll go to WhatsApp. I have here Joshua and Doava from Oregon says, good morning and welcome from Salah. To start with, I've not seen any achievements so far, because what happened at the House of Reps, see the drama, and CBN governor is more of revenge, as he even re-echoed that the cashless policy was targeted at him in Abeokuta. The AFCC boss Bawa because Mr. President was on his investigation list in 2021. Service chiefs is what every president has done. It's not new. I was even speechless when I saw the convoy of Mr. President and he's telling us to sacrifice. With the money the government has made so far, what has been the plan to reduce the suffering of the common man? Or are they making money to elongate their convoy and increase their allowances? Thank you very much, Joshua from Oregon. I like the fact that Joshua picked it one by one and he stated why he doesn't think they are not what they are. What I also have here, Obiora Ezechuku is saying, Sandra, this topic is not worth discussing.
Really?
I never see anything to call achievements. All these are early morning gra. Thank you. It's okay. It's all right. I also have Chris Ewalen saying, good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. The problem with TINUBU and the presidency is that they are too disconnected from the poor masses. See how they are reveling in sheer opulence while the masses are groaning in pains. His 1 month in office has inflicted more pains, more trauma, escalation of poverty and hopelessness in the masses. What sort of a government is this? What we saw on TV when TINUBU arrived Lagos for Salah holiday does not show that he is feeling the pains of the masses. Thank you, Chris Ewalen. And I also have here from, good morning, this is from Shamsuddin Papatunde Mogaji. I think all the policies should be geared toward bringing succor and relief to the citizenry. At this juncture, a human angle mechanism should be immediately deployed to cushion the effect of these policies. I think NERC, that's Nigeria Electricity
Regulatory Commission.
Thank you, has debunked the news of a hike in the electricity bill. It's okay. Let's still be hopeful for a better nation. God bless Nigeria. God bless President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Thank you very much, Mr. Shamsuddin Babatunde from Mogaji. We don't have any messages on YouTube. Those are the messages on Facebook. We have some on WhatsApp, so I'll just quickly run through them, and then we will be back to phone calls in a bit. Good morning. I am Sam from Magodo. The truth is that there may be no difference between this administration and the past administration, starting from the subsidy removal without palliative, appointment of people that may not be able to checkmate the lapses of the government, rolling out policies that continue to put Nigerians in more pains without anything to ease their pains. Where are the opposition parties to tackle some of these policies? The government has not shown any seriousness to sacrifice anything to make the country work. The first 30 days of this administration is nothing to celebrate. Rather, it is causing more pains to Nigerians. We want to see positive change, not passing one bill or the other. Talk about bills. Okay. Good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. This is Godwin from Ilasa. Sandra, Tinubu especially never made himself to be asked questions during his campaign towards the presidential election. The reason is simple. He does not want to be held responsible when he starts derailing. For me, 30 days of Tinubu has been about himself and cronies getting richer and jamboring while the masses are being strangulated economically. Governance is simply harmonizing the resources of the nation and equitably distributing it to make your people happier and healthier. These I have not seen in this government. Tinubu still behaves like he's still campaigning. Neither arrest or Emefiele nor removal of subsidy, floating of naira, appointment of service chief, these make no sense if the common man does not see food on his table. I pray we don't come back saying this after his first 365 days, that's 1 year. Awola Christopher from Shogunle, for me, all what he did I expected of him as an astute political fixer. All these are intended for him to firmly control the political space as expected. But as regards the removal of subsidy, it was hasty, without obvious measures to cushion the bitter effect. On the service chiefs, the replacement is okay, but not to warrant sudden retirement of over 100 very senior officers, a huge loss to the country. They should not suffer for crime failure when they were not in charge. Good morning. I won't know, Christopher, I thought we had already had a conversation. It's the norm within the military that if we have junior forces in the service chief's rank, the senior officers
have to go. It's just a
retire.
tradition. Yeah.
Not because they can't take orders from junior officers, but then that is their way. And let's move back to phone calls. This is still Mainland 98.3 FM 0913 6000 410. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
I'll have you, Super. Please turn off your radio.
Okay. Yes. How about that?
It's better. Thank you.
Thank you. For our Batrasi Salah.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So it's an
Me?
Thank you. First of all, 30 days President Bola TINUBU government. Well, to me, it's to keep the ground running. As far as I'm concerned, 30 days is to keep the ground running because there's a lot of anomalies that is on ground. You see the MFLA that mess up with the whole Nigeria sober laws. You see the EFCC. So in a nutshell, it's to keep the ground running. That is that. And on the issue of palliative, please, we want President Bola TINUBU, like I agree with Fuhad. We don't want any cash distribution. No cash distribution. We have gotten that experience in the past. Nigeria does not need that. 5,000 which is whatever they did the other time does not go anywhere. So we don't want this. Now Nigeria is suffering. He told us to endure. Apart from that, the 800, it is not only the palliative money. What about the $100 million of our census? We don't know where that one is. So Nigeria needs to know where that money to is, because census or no census, we have not seen the sample. Nobody see any source of officers. But that is that. On the issue of suffering, President Bola TINUBU told us to endure. What we want, Nigeria is ready to endure, but we want him to even tell us how long it is our endurance is going to last. You see, because the main focus now, the problem we have is our refinery. If you tell us openly, skyrocketing, high price of our fuel or whatever, will not be affected. So President Bola TINUBU is to tell us the limit of our endurance, and we are already endure. I agree with that, but a lot of things have been damaged. But we should do the need that is necessary, especially our refinery.
Okay.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning, Ufoma.
Thank you. There's nothing wrong with our grant. The grant is green, but we only have the wrong people in that year. One of the comments your colleague made when you are doing the paper review, which also yes, I agree with manpower security. To me, when I saw yesterday, I said, no, this is very wrong. This is not what we need. The grant is healed already, but we just need the right person on the right affair. But looking at it, nothing is smiling and saying in our nation. And if the president say that he wants to follow this thing by himself, if a leader wants to lead, he will allow the people to choose by themselves, that the people that we hear, they were able to do what is meaningful. But for now, the palliative that we saying, Papa, in the days of COVID, they won't even receive any palliative at all. No, they are boy to themselves, they shade among us, where people are lamenting. Even in the days of Buhari, they say that those who are about God, in his infinite mercy, just give us a leader, that the weight of this nation, every single of us will enjoy it. We are also working, and I just pray that we will get it right one day by God's grace.
All right. Thank you very much, Ufoma. I think we still have space for a few more callers. Hello.
Mr. Fuhad, morning, sir.
Good morning.
You see, I don't see these things that we are talking about as achievements. And when Buhari said, when he said poor people, 130 million poor people in Nigeria. Now, this one now, I can bet you in 4 years' time, we are going to have more than 500 million poor people.
How many are we in the country?
We don't. Do you have census in Nigeria? We don't know the number of the people that we have in Nigeria.
About 200 and something million too.
Officially, my brother. Look, when we were talking that time, that I told you that Mr. Fuhad, I told you that this thing about fuel subsidy global, I'm against it. They should leave it there. That's the only one that affects the poor man. They should leave it there. And they came out with all theory. They were subsidizing other people, countries, and all that. It was a lie. Because these countries they are talking about, if we mind our borders very well, nothing will happen to those. So what happened to our borders? I heard the former minister of agriculture, he was praising the president. So subsidy removal, it's very good. The man is not in Nigeria, he's enjoying somewhere, and he's thanking the president for inflicting suffering on us. There was a lot of fraud in that first subsidy. He would have investigated that, and more than 50% of what they were paying as fuel subsidy was going to private pockets. Why don't you investigate that and remove that fraud that was existing? And give us the subsidy, let the subsidy be going. And they're talking of palliative. There is no even no boss on this topic.
Thank you, Mr.
For this thing.
Thank you.
I know, Sandra, I know you are enjoying.
Please.
I have no words. I'm not even going to say anything. But well, it's easy. For we've always had this conversation, Fuhad. I think it's not about being on the fence or anything. The removal of subsidy, yes, is applauded. But we had, you said something on Wednesday that a lot of things that could have been avoidable, but now we have gotten to a point where it is inevitable. The fact is that there could have been some measures taken to make this easier for the people, and that's why we're asking the question that which of these policies or which of these actions or high points do you think should have been done better or differently? Subsidies honestly is not a bad thing. You agree with that, but then it's unfortunate. You mentioned corruption, where the corruption index should be we have to be intentional about what we're doing. Just to reiterate that. 0913-6000-430. Let's see. Okay, let's take some calls. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Mainland Focus.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Madam Ife again today.
Madam.
Ife.
Okay, Ife, yes. You're welcome.
I want to talk about this electric tariffs. Are you still going to? Is it still going to pick up tomorrow?
We are not sure yet.
We are not. Yes.
Because people are buying token 100,000.
Panic buying, yeah.
Just to beat the deadline. Like my daughter now, he told me that he's going to buy 20,000. I said, wait.
Nothing is sure yet, please.
Nothing is sure because I heard that Abuja. Disco, that they are not going to be part of it. If Abuja Disco says they are not going to be part of it, that means that they are not in synergy of what they are doing. So what I want to do, if let us know so that we don't just go and waste our money. Understand? And again, this point of everything, we like it because it's going to call this time. Turn around maintenance or whatever that they've been doing for just 2 decades. Let them remove it. I don't know what they do. Palliatives that they give to the other minister in Nigeria didn't get nowhere. It didn't get to anybody else. And they don't want a situation when they say they want to be giving people money, Nigeria's money, cash. This is not a academic type of government wants TINUBU to run. We don't want such things. Everybody will learn and take 5,000, 2,000. No. Do something that will affect the Nigerian citizens all around in the 26 states and Abuja. So, we don't want any take-off palliative. Bring out policies that will, affect Nigerians so that we will get out of this hardship. We've been hard for that in the last 8 years. And especially, there was expecting TINUBU to come up, it's a city man, is enlightened, is educated. You should let us see in his administration. We want to see it. We want to see you run an administration of intellectuals.
All right.
And when they come next week, bring out your cabinet ministers, give to them, let Nigeria, they are sleeping again. We really came, now, we are now going back to bed. We don't want us to. We must move this country forward.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend.
And you too, thank you very much. Oh, unfortunately, we can't take any more calls. But the good part is that by 4 p.m., it's open mic in the Situation Room, so you can share your thoughts, by that time. So stay with us. However, we'll take some messages and then we'll wrap things up. So help us all. I have messages here on Facebook. Akinle Olaolu Hezekiah saying, "Good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. Number one."
You lost that.
Yeah, I lost that. So apologies. I'll try to get it back. But then we have some WhatsApp messages. I think I'll just go straight to that. All right. Abraham Ayotunde from in Oshogbo, Osun State. let us be positive in our submissions and be hopeful that this government will do better. It is only 30 days from 4 years, but they should not forget we are watching closely. Yesterday we were having a conversation as regards the composition of the ministerial list, and there was something that came up, was the fact that first impression matters.
Perception is always
exactly. Yes, this will decide how this administration will run. Are we going to be having a slow-paced administration? Are we going to be having an administration that will not listen to the masses, or are we just going to have an administration that will just be pushing out policies irrespective of the adverse effect on the people? But thank you very much, Abraham Ayotunde, Shogbu, Osun State. I also have the first 30 days of TINUBU in office, to me, gives the reflection of the APC generally. With the manner Emefiele was suspended and arrested, it's clear that the party is just, TINUBU APC is just a party that mouths all principles of democracy without knowing how to practice it. Firstly, they condemned the manner PDP government wanted to remove all subsidy. But when they came, they did it in the most crude and draconic manner. TINUBU has not condemned how they also watched how Emefiele packed our money and dumped in their party in the name of contesting for president.
These are just allegations, no facts to that, at least.
It did a lot of damage to our economy without them calling the president to order. They told us to endure during the badly managed cashless policy, which crumbled many businesses, without them rebuking the president and his government. They were very happy when he was freezing the accounts of the so-called sponsors of the NSAS protesters. And now, the type of suspension that the GEJ did to Sanusi, which we all condemned, is what they are doing, even in a worse manner. Steve from Ijaniki, thank you very much. Let's keep the energy. By 4 p.m., it's open mic. We'll have more conversation as regards not just days, but then let's see what we should be looking forward to. Setting the agenda, the president has now 29 more days for him to announce his ministerial list according to law. He has 60 days, 31 days going now.
Since you are so hopeful about this ministerial list,
I'm very, very hopeful.
Okay, I like
because we had special advisors.
I see you don't. I see you don't learn you don't learn very fast.
I do. But I'm just a very hopeful person. I have hope. Okay. Mr. Muiwa said yesterday that he hopes for because we had the debate on technocrat versus politician.
Yes, I was listening.
Our technocrats really the game changer, and he said that he's pushing for 70% technocrats
and 30% politicians.
Hi. I can't wait for political roundtable on Sunday. How this is going to be broken down. But stay with us.
70% technocrats.
Yeah, that's what he's hoping for. He's hoping for it. 70% technocrats.
What you will see, let me make a prediction. You will see politicians dominate that list, but they'll present them to you as technocrats. That's what you see.
I'm sure. Thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you very much, Fuhad, Saheed. My name is Mobola Sandra, and we're just wrapping up on Mainland Focus. Coming up next is Agri of Hour, and then Health Plus with Sage Babalola. This is Mainland 98.3 FM,